Okay, this game is starting, by the way. Tough? Okay, anyway, the game has started and we are on Dry Arabia, a 3-player map size, that's small, and Eddie has chosen to be Mongols against the Teutons from Dogao. Dogao in the red and Eddie in the blue. It's the third game of this 3-game set between Dogao and Eddie in Call to Arms. And I hope Tough is already here again.
I am back.
Okay, you're here again. I already made the introduction, but maybe you can show the map a little bit. The game has already started.
I've shown both maps. Dogao's got sort of forward gold. Look, his gold.
Well, sort of, yeah. Actually, all of his goals are forward.
Gold's up in front of him, whereas Eddie's got two nice patches sort of behind. I don't know what his plan will be. Well, it's not so straightforward, the wall. He's going to take a lot of walling for Eddie, but he's got a lot safer positions.
If you look at the map, Arabia on a 3-player map size is actually pretty different from a normal Arabia map or Dry Arabia map, in my opinion. It's a lot wider, especially for Eddie here in this instance. And maybe players will not go for a too risky strategy, maybe go for a little bit of a more greedy kind of approach and maybe go a little bit faster up than normal. But saying that, both civilizations have a really good scouts and can go for a scout rush, and they are very mobile, so aggression could be on the cards here for both these players. And as we know, Eddie likes to wall on Arabia a lot, but seeing his map, it's not really favoring walling too much. Or what is your opinion on that?
No, it's not. It's going to take an awful lot of walling, but he's got a nice safe map. I mean, if you look at his left side on his gold, he can certainly dictate where the fights are going to be. It's quite simple for him to block off what he needs, and then only have it open and fight him where he wants it to fight. But Mongols against Teutons, I don't think anything is clear on this. Maybe it will go to scouts, or they'll drush.
Or maybe just a straight FC. I've seen it from Eddie before, even on a tiny map size. Not with Mongols though. I don't think he's going to do that with Mongols. Although he has 4 on wood, so that's not really indicating a scout rush for me at this point. Only 3 on wood for Teutons, so Dogao is definitely going for a scout rush.
It's tricky. I've been trying to look at Eddie and trying to gauge what he could potentially do. He may just farm a bit more. I wouldn't say maybe, for sure it's definite drush.
No, it's not. It doesn't have to be drush. It could be anything basically.
I like to see Dogao go forward with Teutons though. Go forward. Send
towers.
Yeah, exactly. 3 or 4, even just 3 or 4 vills with scouts. Yeah. 3 or 4 vills with scouts and tower rush with Teutons. I think it'll be really painful for Eddie. I mean, don't get me wrong,
his map is not really inviting him to go for tower rush, is it? I mean, all his resources are basically in this one cluster at the back, and it's pretty much easy to defend with a tower, with a single tower. That wouldn't be the wisest choice in this instance, in my opinion.
I don't know. I'd like to see Dogao come around the left-hand side with towers.
That would be a nice bit of action, but Dogao is already walling himself. Very nice wall here. An easy wall here on his left-hand side.
See, Dogao is 4 vills as well. I just can't see either of them drushing.
Nah, I think Dogao is going for a standard scout rush. And Eddie seems to do the same. Yeah, he's now up to the feudal age already. Castle age. Feudal age already.
Dogao's
now adding
trouble.
Nope. Going to get out of there.
Yeah. Yeah. Such a loser. Yeah, Eddie was hoping he'd push the Ghost Scout towards the TC as he put all his vills inside.
Okay, nice.
Quite a forward barracks from Eddie. I don't like that.
Positioning.
I don't.
Why?
Because
Why
it's
not?
absolute waste. In my opinion, that is a total waste of a barrack of a building. Absolute waste. I would have rather seen that barrack just the other side of where his deer workers are now. Right? Or just to the right of the house between the two trees. Or to the right of the house under his TC. That barrack where it is at the moment is an absolute waste of a building in my opinion. Sorry,
Well,
it is.
I have to disagree there because he will wall the front completely.
Wall
here.
where? What would he wall? He'll wall that little gap. What,
Yeah.
how about the whole rest then? So what? You can wall that gap with 10 layers of walls. It ain't going to stop the goat coming all the way on the left or all the way on the right.
Okay,
Whereas,
now it doesn't make sense. Now he's putting up the stable in a weird location.
whereas putting your walls from the house or using buildings from the house to the trees, making that gap there, that gap between the houses, Eddie has got a complete front of his base walled without actually really walling. Do you know what I mean? They are, to me, absolute waste of building potentials. I don't know what Dogao's done with his. Dogao's slightly different map. Okay, not too bad to go across here. He'll put another one in this gap, or he'll put one in that gap, and then he'll bridge across.
But I also like the buildings on this hill because this hill would really invite a forward siege workshop of anything else.
What,
along those
from
lines.
Eddie?
No, from
Dogao.
Dogao. Thinking about Castle Age and so
I
on.
still think it's too... They're just too ambitious. Dogao should have come back. In my opinion.
You should still kind of wall off the other side, or maybe even put an outpost there.
Yeah, but that's an awful lot of work still to do, where he could have just stayed compact, still had the exact same buildings, and then moved out later. Now they're both completely wide open, which is good for us, don't get me wrong, but I'm just trying to explain my opinion. For me, Eddie has completely wasted all of these buildings here. With the same amount of what he's built now, he would be almost completely safe across the front, and the only place the Go could come in would be around this backside here. And then Eddie can concentrate all of his defense on this side here and not worry about the front. Now he's got to worry everywhere. Anyway, we won't keep on. It makes the game more interesting because they're open. And the Go, look at the Go. He's spending a huge amount of time now walling massively out the front. What does he need all that space for? For Imperial, maybe? Not for Feudal Age.
Maybe he's going to boom, I don't know. He wants to be safe, of course. And walls are very effective in this game. He doesn't want anything sneaky happening here.
Wonder if Eddie will transition, will he go scouts, archers, almost a bit like a Hun type game, or will he just go scouts, get the castle age? Because I can't see Dogao going scouts, archers. Dogao's going to want to go scouts, castle, isn't he? Obviously with Teutons. Villager count, pretty much the same, guys. As one comes out, the other goes in.
I think he's going for...
Eddie's just
more
lost
of a
a
scout
villager, Dogao's lost a scout.
More of a scout into boom, I think. He's not really going to bother with knights, because Mongol can easily counter that with camels. Maybe knights with monks in addition, but I think he's going more for boom sort of style here.
Yeah.
But of course he can't really let Mongol boom, because when Mongol gets all of his elite Mangudais out, it's really tough time for the Teutons as well. All the Teutons have a really powerful army, of course.
Eddie's 5 scouts are chasing Dogao's, couple of scouts away. Dogao's going to try and marry his army up together, but Eddie's still got more. So Dogao may well retreat all the way back.
Yeah, he's not going to bother fighting that.
Wait for the...
He's already stonewalling. He's in the north. And
Yeah.
I think he deleted his walling villager. Dogao, that is.
Oh!
For some odd reason.
Yeah. Either that... Well, I can't see anything. I haven't seen anything running back away from it.
No, the wolf has been killed by the spear, so I think he just deleted his villager. I think that's karma, or whatever. For walling like that.
1 sec.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, now Dogao chasing Eddie away with his spears. Nothing too special here. And now another villager is coming in for Dogao to wall. his right-hand side of his base. Okay, now let's see. Dogao will be clicking up in every second. Now he will be a little bit later actually than they will be kind of up at the same time. And yeah, seems like they will both stick to the stable, maybe go for a little bit of more of a boom
Sorry, I'm back.
style. Okay, you haven't missed too much. Second stable coming up now for Dogao, both clicking up any minute now, and Dogao has now completed his stone wall on the right hand side of his base.
Eddie's wall. It's just crazy. I mean, these guys are 100 times better than me as a player, but I just don't understand the wasted walling. There's no need for it at all when you're in Feudal, and you can branch out a bit in Castle.
No, they just want to be safe. I mean, there's always an all-in scout on the cards here, and you don't want to risk dying to that, I guess. And they always they want to be safe in Castle.
I know,
as well, so
no, that's fine, I understand that. I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
okay.
by doing what they did is actually making them more unsafe than actually safe. Because it's taking them a hell of a lot longer to wall and be safe and control where the fighting is. Anyway, just strange, just not often you see the walls the way they are.
3 stables now for Dogao, which is really surprising to me. He's going really aggressive against the Camel Civ with Teutons. That's a little bit odd to see.
Well, Eddie's
think
just
those-
on one stable at the
Yeah.
moment, though, isn't he? So the
I
guy
guess
would
he'll
have
go
to
forward
make,
Monastery.
yeah, he'd have to make those knights count really, really fast, or they could end up becoming a huge waste of food.
I think he will go forward Monastery and go aggressive maybe with a Siege Workshop. I can really see that happening.
Eddie's obviously going all out camels at the moment.
Yeah, makes sense of course, because the only choice that Dogao has at the moment is Knights.
Yeah, and there goes
Especially with his
knights.
3 stables.
Knights from all 3. Second TC for Dogao.
Second TC, okay, I didn't
Yeah, he's
expect
gone
that.
second TC. Eddie's gone second TC as well on his gold. Eddie's going 3 TCs. Eddie's going boom.
Yeah, of course, he's
He's
Mongols.
a mini boom boom, mini boom boom boom. Some camels and some TCs. Yeah, I don't think the Gao's knights are going to get up to anything whatsoever other than dying, unless he masses, really masses hard. And
Yeah,
takes, and takes a gamble from his 3 TCs.
Losing the villager to the scouts, that was unfortunate. He just deleted the wall when, when the scouts are coming in. That's pretty unfortunate.
He might just get away.
Ah, he gets away with it. Oh my god, he's not getting punished for that.
Yeah.
And look at the villager in the north of Eddie's base just standing alone.
The Gao's
Going to get
knights are just sent packing.
Yep.
Eddie's going to lose that 1 vil, but the knights have wasted now. The only thing with camels, they're great for defense, but they're rubbish for offense, aren't they?
Yeah, but he doesn't really want to go on the offense at the moment.
No, which is why it's good that Eddie's gone 3 TC, boom.
Yeah.
Those camels are more than enough to put the Gao off now.
And now he's putting up his 30 C Dogao. I'm a little bit puzzled about that because I would have thought with the 3 stables he's going to go with a forward Siege Workshop or even forward Monastery. Support his knights.
He's done Monastery at the back.
Yeah, he's done it to support his knights, of course, against the camels.
He's
still,
trying
he
to
has a
pick
lot
off.
more knights.
The thing is, he's picking off the camels, but his knights, he's not going to be able to do a great deal with them now. He's going to worry. There's going to be more camels coming. He's either going to come back or he's going to heal them, take them back to his monk, heal, and it'll be a slow process. Eddie, in the meantime, can carry on booming. There's Mongols. I can't see him going Mankadai. He's not heavy on stone yet. Obviously, he wants to get to Imperial. He wants to boom.
Yeah, of
and
course, but as soon as he has 1 or 2 defensive castles, it's gonna be very hard for Dogao to push him. Or
I don't know. It's going to take a while. Well, I suppose Eddie can have a lot of heavy camel as well, can't he? But
Well, I'm talking about late castle age right now, not Imperial. But let's see. Eddie has about 8 camels out on the field. It's more than enough to fight off those 12 knights.
that's what I don't understand with the go with the knights. With the 12 knights, I mean, he's probably pick off camels here. Mind Eddie's silly fighting with just those 3.
Yeah, Eddie is a little bit wasting here at the moment. I don't know what he's... Okay, now he's fighting with all of them. And he's bringing even more. This fight is pretty even. Seems like Dogao has the upper hand. Eddie actually deleted his wall and he needs to re-wall quickly.
He deleted it to allow the other camel,
Yeah,
one camel and the knight
re-roll.
out. That did work well for Dogao. If he can
And
heal...
it's still open. Oh
Yeah.
my god, it's still open. That is so unfortunate.
But now he needs to get in quick and take advantage of it, otherwise the knights are wasted. It's a waste of time making all those knights if you're not going to run in and do some damage with them. He needs to get in before Eddie can get back with more monks and camels.
I guess it just goes to show that
Is he going
camels are not
forward as well with any bills? No.
that hard of a counter against knights.
It would have been nice if Dogao had sent a couple of vills forward with these knights and monks as well.
He's trying to destroy the stable now. I really like that. Second stable coming up for Eddie.
Eddie's going market. Was he going to try and sell? I don't know, some wood maybe?
I guess he wants to get up a castle or something. Oh no,
Yeah.
he nearly has a castle. He nearly has the stone for a castle. But what Dogao needs to do now is just constantly pump knights from
Knights,
his
he's got a
3TC.
non-stop. When he went 3
Yeah.
TCs, he has to go massive knights.
He needs to flood him now before
3
he gets the
stables,
castle
I
up,
mean,
or-
sorry, not 3 TCs. He
Okay,
went 3
4
stable
TCs.
early.
Yeah, 40 Cs now for Eddie and the castle. And Dogao just needs to get in. He needs to flood knights and he needs to destroy Eddie's eco.
It's not a bad castle for Eddie, really. He could have deleted the farm out the front, but then it doesn't protect anything if the go gets in and around behind. So it's not a bad
I
castle
really
for
like the
Eddie.
castle. I really like the castle as well, to be honest.
But I don't think, other than deleting the stable, I don't think Dogao has done anywhere near enough damage to warrant the amount of knights he's made.
At the moment, no. He is still 10 villages behind Eddie at this point. Eddie has a castle up as well.
And the thing is now Eddie's got the monks out and he's got enough camels out and the castle that Dogao is not going to risk trying to break in and do a lot of damage elsewhere either.
But Eddie's a little bit over booming, isn't he? He's now in his 50C. He doesn't have too much farms out at this point.
I don't know, I don't think you can. Can you overboom? I don't think you can.
Of course you can.
So what? All he's doing is losing some 100 stone, really, isn't he? He's going to have shed loads of wood anyway. No, I don't mind that at all, seeing 5 TCs.
Alright. But he's on 0 food at the moment. And let's look at... Dogao's resources are looking much better. But villager count for Eddie is much higher. So let's see. Maybe these knights and the mangonel can do something here.
He's not stockpiling res, really, is he? I mean, if he got anything, he can sell to get more stone to put another castle. So, even though he's a lot of villagers in front and 5 TCs, he's not stockpiling any res. If you look at him, he's managing it well enough.
Yeah, he is. Of course. I guess he's not planning really to go up. He's just staying defensive, making mass camels, and then just fight back.
I like that though. I like it when people don't actually plan. Right, that's it. Stop doing everything and go up. I like it when you naturally look at the resources after you're still making and doing everything, and you got enough to go Imperial. I hate seeing people that build just to be able to click Imp, and you watch them on the way up to Imp. They got loads of res, and they're not making a single unit because all they had in their head was stop everything and go to Imp. Anyway.
I think Eddie can already fight this.
But Eddie doesn't know he can already fight that though, does he?
Yeah, it's true.
We
doesn't
do.
see his army.
He doesn't. It's worth risking. He's thinking of it now. Look, he's deleting the palisades.
He's going with the monks.
Just send
Yeah,
something
that's-
out there to at least have a look at what's there and about. And the mangadais, I think, are good ones to send because they're going to take the mangonel so quick. Another shot, Eddie. Go on, another shot. No, okay.
Oh no. but he can fight this easily.
Now he can see what's there to fight.
Yeah, and the monks are coming in as well. Oh, this will be a nice fight for Eddie. He needs to bring his monks in though. Nice control from...
Well, the monks, if you notice, the monks went the other way around houses as well.
Yeah. A little bit unfortunate with the pathing here, but Dogao is now pushed back entirely.
I think Eddie can risk falling back now where his monks are, go the other side of the siege. I don't think he needs to risk much more.
By the way, we have missed that Dogao actually went up to the Imperial Age.
He did, we both missed that.
With only 24 farmers, which is a little bit...
Yeah, but he's hoping he already gets there with that amount of army. If you look at the army he's already got, that's a decent amount of knights to click up to Cavalier, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, castle are coming up at the secondary stone from Eddie, which is a little bit unfortunate for him, because he wants to have the stone, of course.
Eddie's not too far behind him. Well, I say he's 2.5 minutes, 2 minutes 20 behind.
He's not really behind in the Imperial Age count, and he's actually 12 villages ahead in the village account, and Imperial time is a little bit further away.
He's keeping himself very compact though, isn't he? He's not moving out a great deal yet. I'd like to see him move out more now. I mean, he's very solid in his base. I'd like to see him branch out and start looking at the rest of the map and start at least putting like houses and things around in front of where your gold and the other resources are. But I still fancy him for this. I mean, he's a couple of stables. He's still going to be able to go up heavy camels, and he's going to have a lot of camels there to upgrade to heavy, and he's dropping the castles now to go Mankudai.
Pikeman and Cavalier upgrade coming in for Dogao.
Dogao's going to hope his trebuchets. I hope, is he going trebuchet non-stop from that castle now?
Yeah, I hope so too. Yes, he is definitely. He wants the castles down. He doesn't.
Well, he's got 2 trebs. He hasn't got
look at this massive Cavalier though.
Oh, they're walking into it though. He'll probably get away, but I don't think that worked too well for Dogao at all.
I think he should have fought that, in my opinion. I'm not too sure though. He doesn't want the camels to get upgraded to heavy camels, does he?
Eddie's not doing that yet though, is he?
No, the camels are... This is a very close fight actually.
Yeah,
but I think the Cavaliers should take it.
But I think Dogao lost a lot more than Eddie did. Why is Eddie calling GG?
What the...
What, Eddie? Eddie, we both lost. Why are you calling GG?
Oh my god.
That game is still yours, Eddie. I'm not coming out this game. I'm going to pretend it's not real.
And he harassed with Mangadai at Dogao's base as well. Oh my god, no, Eddie.
This was your game. Eddie, seriously, watch this. This was your game. Why? I'll go through the achievements, guys, but we need to beat Eddie up. Eddie, if you listen to the stream afterwards, we're going to beat you up. This was definitely still your game, Eddie.
Alright, I gotta go. Thank you for having me, Teth.
Yeah, sorry, Clem. I was just thinking of what I'm going to say to Eddie now, because that. Thank you very much for coming and streaming, and sorry to everyone for Twitch. Well, we can't help what Twitch do, but yeah, I've never seen Twitch lose every single one of its games being streamed before. I went to Twitch's main page when it went wrong, and nothing was on whatsoever. So, but anyway, thank you very much, Clemenza, for coming to join, and thanks SMB for the tournament, and Dogao for coming to play, and Eddie, we're going to beat you up afterwards. Eddie's in for some tough time.
Thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.
Cheers, guys. I'll update the score just for the sake of when it gets up to YouTube, you can see that it was 2-1 to Dogao.